there's a problem, to excel, in this part of the world, you need certain skill sets. So that is how I started looking online and I saw the Instagram posts.
Now, Bukola, when you were as a student and then you got the job, I mean, the money, how good was it? The reason why your story is very unique is that for you, you were actually in a mainstream school, international school, studying something very similar, yet you were struggling to understand.
Yeah.
When there was a physical classroom with other students and a lecturer standing in front of you, you were
Yeah.
still struggling to understand.
Though the program gave me an opportunity, I know a lot of things, and it's also helping me actually. But I can't write my story with that.
Stop that. Hi guys, so today I have here beautiful Bukola and somebody very popular on this channel, Mr. Deza Suleiman. Today we're not interested about Mr. Deza. Today I am interested about Bukola's story. I really want you guys to hear Bukola's story. Bukola, please introduce yourself, just a brief introduction. Who are you? And then we'll get started.
Okay, first off, I will say thank you for the opportunity to be interviewed. My name, of course, is Bukola. I am an HR business analyst, and I started my career 8 years ago, where I did a lot of configuration, implementation, and gathering requirements. And then I moved to the US for career advancement, where I'm doing my master's. I'm done with it right now, by the way. I was doing my master's in business analytics, but I knew that I had some skill gap, and that was why I joined Analytics. And today, they say the rest is history.
Okay, I want to really understand. So you are in the US at the moment as a student.
Yeah, I'm in the US as a student, but I'm done with my school.
You're done with your school. So prior to moving to the US, you were an HR analyst.
Yeah, from Nigeria, by the way. Our HR analyst was more of like the admin stuff, and more of analyzing expenses, not really data. So when I moved here, I saw that it's a different ball game. You can't say you're an HR analyst and you don't know some software. You don't even know how to elicit for requirements. You don't know how to do. Like, I remember there was a day I was in an interview and they were talking about as is and to be. I'm like, what the hell are they saying, and all of that. So there was a skill gap, and that was where I needed Analytics to come in to help me, because I knew that after school, what next, and even while in school, a lot of people were getting jobs, and of course, in this part of the world, you pay bills every day. So what I have from Nigeria was not sustainable. So one, I needed a job, and to get that job, to continue my career path, I needed that skill set, and that was how
I want to understand. So you did the HR analyst course in a university in Nigeria? Is that what you're saying?
No. So I read microbiology, and I don't know, God was faithful to me. I don't know. I got a job with Nestle Nigeria PLC as I started as an HR admin. Then later they changed the name to HR analyst. So that was how I claimed the name HR analyst. But like I said, it was something when I moved here and I knew that it's a different ball game.
The dream was not really HR analyst.
HR admin and expenses analyst, something like that.
So you came here, then you realized that what you were doing was not what it really was. Okay.
Yes.
And then you decided to now become what it really is.
Yes. So I sought for help, and from my research, I found that in some companies, what their HR analysts do, aside from knowing the different softwares they use, HR analytics like Workday, SAP, you need to know a part of requirement gathering. You need to know how to elicit for information from stakeholders, especially when you're using different software, because for every task that has to do with IT, there's a requirement for it, right? So I needed that. I don't know, it was strange to me hearing what's requirement gathering, and all of that. So from my research, because I begin to, meet with other students, and I hear them, I got a job as a business analyst, I got a job as an HR analyst, so what do I have that they don't have? So after getting this clarification, I knew that there's a problem, to excel, in this part of the world, you need certain skill sets. So that is how I started looking online, and I saw the Instagram posts, on Analytics. Then I followed you on YouTube, and after hearing those terms, I really needed to hear. So I started, enrolled for one of your courses in sometime last year for business analysis, because I know that for the HR part, I already know the SAP software. because that was what we're using in Nigeria, although in expenses. But I don't know how to do the VCO mapping and how to do .io and all of those things for a business analyst. So I felt instead of going for the HR analyst course you guys also offer, I think I
Yeah.
have to start from the business analytics. So that was how I enrolled, and I went through the sessions and the internship. It was really an eye opening for me. And I was glad that, those skill set I missed. In fact, a month after joining you, or I feel maybe, of course, I went back to do my classwork, because when you guys give a lot of assignment, I go back to look at it every night. I dedicated my time doing all of that. And a month after that, I actually got a job. I told Obong, as a business analyst with Akkodis. It was a contract for 3 months. I got a job actually as a business analyst, not an HR analyst.
Wow. So maybe I'm to get you right. After you moved to the US as a student, you were trying to find a job. Right.
Yeah.
And then you realized that you needed some skills that you didn't have. Okay.
Mhm.
You realized that your colleagues were getting jobs, and then they were mentioning things that were strange to you that you thought you should know. So you went to do your research, and then you realized that, there's actually an organization analytics that could help you get all of that. You saw them on Instagram, you went on their YouTube, and then you got it, and then you started the program. And whilst you were on the program, you were able to get a job as a business analyst.
Yes.
Wow. And after that, you fell ill, and
my contract ended. I fell ill, so I was just out with them.
And then when you recovered and then you wanted to go back to find a job, it was easy. But then now you found a job as a business analyst.
No, now I found a job as an HR business analyst.
HR business analyst. Hey, by the way, I like the way you say data and you say Bukola and the way you say hey, okay, wow.
Yeah.
First of all, you've mentioned a lot of key things that can be very confusing to the ordinary person who's not into IT yet. I'll let Mr. Deza just briefly explain some of the things that you said. Okay, somebody who's wondering what exactly is the HR analyst, how different is it from the business analyst, and what is HR business analyst? All the things that Bukola said, Mr. Deza, if you could just briefly summarize what the differences are. Okay,
can I say something before it goes ahead? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So why this role is HR business analyst? Because it's a new platform for this company. It's a new platform, and because it's a new platform, and we need to gather a lot of requirements, and we need to do the process map to see what their data flow look like before and how it's supposed to be. They call it as is as to be. So over to him to now do the main jargons and story.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for that, Bukola. So what Bukola has said is very, very instructive. Okay. So she had some HR experience, but today she was able to combine business analysis with HR, and she's a HR business analyst. So the reason why I'm emphasizing on this is simply because a lot of people feel that if I complete business analysis, I can only get a job as a business analyst. I can't go beyond that. But Bukola has shown that you can always combine new sets of skills with your existing functional experience, and you land a job similar to what Bukola has done. And there's so many other, career paths like that. There is a business data analyst. The business analyst combined with the data analyst skills. Okay, so Bukola was a HR analyst, and like she said, she didn't delve too deep into the role while she was in Nigeria. But ideally, what the HR analyst does is they get data from organizations, people-related data, HR data. For example, let's assume the three of us work in the same organization and we work remotely. And management is saying everybody should come back to the office to work from the office. HR would not just take it hook, line, and sinker. They would ask questions. All right. Are you telling me that these three people are not productive working from home? So they get that data on productivity. They analyze the data to check before they left the office to work from home. What was productivity like? Now that they are working from home, did productivity drop or did it improve? So if productivity improved, why are we bringing them back to the office? Because they are delivering on their job. If productivity drops, then we can say that, okay, I don't think they're doing as much as they were doing while they were in the office. So you can then go ahead and say, I'm taking this decision from a data-driven perspective. And that's the role of the HR analyst, coming up with policies, procedures, strategies that are people-driven from a data-driven perspective. All right. Now, the business analyst, on the other hand, ensures that processes are optimized. All right. So if something takes 5 days or 5 weeks, how do we reduce it to take 5 minutes? For that to happen, some level of automation must be brought into place. All right. So before that automation happens, The business analyst responsibility is to go to the different stakeholders, the head of departments, the head of units, the different people involved in that entire process, and engage them and gather requirements. So Bukola talked about gathering requirements. That's simply, you can do that in different ways. And one way is having an interview with somebody and asking questions. Okay, this process takes this long. What are the gaps? Where are the inefficiencies? You ask those type of questions. You gather your requirements so you know exactly what to implement. Okay, and that's what the business analyst would do. And the business analyst would also serve as the middleman between the business and the technology team. So a technology team would implement that application, that automation, or whatever the case is. And the business also wants to ensure that if you're automating something or bringing an application on board, it must meet the needs of the business. So Bukola would ensure that all the needs are gathered. Everybody's ears are laid. They know that, every single thing I need this application to do is going to do it for me when it's implemented. Then Bukola, on the other hand, would communicate with the technology team to ensure that, this department, this is what they need. This unit, this is what they need. And at the end of the day, an application that fits the entire need of the organization is implemented. Now, what Bukola sits in a very interesting role, a fusion between HR and the business analyst. Okay, so she's working with SAP, working with different tools and technologies, gathering requirements as a business analyst, and ensuring that people-driven strategies are implemented within the organization. So I would say that's just a quick summary of, some of the things that Bukola mentioned.
Well explained. And for Bukola, it was easy for her to know exactly which course and data analytics she should go for, because like she said earlier, she could hear some of her colleagues who had gotten jobs saying that, they know this, they know. So she realized that these are the skills that she needed to also get a good job. Now, absolutely. I'm just trying to say to the audience or anyone watching me that, let's say for you are not in an HR, you are something totally different. And then you want to go into IT or you want to go into tech. And unlike Bukola, you don't know exactly what skills you even need to get into the job market. Now, Analytics, they have a book or call link that I will insert in the description that you can use, and I'm going to pin it as well. So you can book a call with Mr. Deza or any member of the team, and then you can have a discussion with them. And then based on your past experiences or probably what you even studied in school, they'll be able to let you know exactly which field under tech or under IT that you can go for to make life easy for you. So that's it. Now, Bukola, when you were as a student and then you got the job, the money, how good was it? Hey, why are you laughing? Let us know. You have to know.
Wait, I'm not gonna tell you the figure, but one thing I can say is, my mom used to say something. There are some salaries you receive that. I don't know how to explain it. Of course, yes. It's different, right?
Mr. Abednego has joined, but before we leave you to go, Bukola, what is one remarkable thing? I know you mentioned that the tutors are good at analytics, and what remarkable thing, maybe one or two things that will make you recommend analytics to somebody else, for somebody that's watching?
Firstly, I'm a success, so yes, I recommend them. Okay, I recommend them because the program is easy to grasp. I think in the first 1 month for me, I could grasp the nuances, and they have this self-paced video on their platform, aside from, the paid live session. If you want to be ahead of the class, there are sessions there for you. You can go. And do you know the good thing? Do you know, even after, I paid since last year, right? I can still access those sessions. I know a lot of people, that have paid platforms like this. And after your time elapsed, they give you 3 months and that's it. You don't have, access to those sessions. This is 2025. I still have access to those sessions. I can remember one of the during the interview phases, there's a question, they told me to prepare for. I had to go back. Let me see how this guy did the .iot, and I watched the session again. So I love the fact that, it's not, you've paid your money and bye-bye, and all that. And again, when I needed references, recently, they helped. So I recommend analytics till my blood finish.
Oh,
analytics it is, I'm telling everyone, I'm preaching the gospel to analytics. So yeah, it's different from every other platform. Trust me. The fact that they don't discontinue, the videos is still on for you. I don't know whether it's lifetime, but for me, I'm still on there, going there. I love the self-space. So even if you miss the live session, right, they will send that recording to you, but you still have those self-paced videos that you can still watch, even if you don't want to go to your live sessions. They have a lot of projects. And the good thing again about them, because I'm still in their group, from time to time, they send this job ad. That is a company that's intentional about you. So I don't know what you want to affect this with. With those videos, they still send job ad for you and all of that. They still will give you templates for your resume. I didn't even mention that. They give you templates for your resume. So
Bukola,
I will
they don't
recommend them every
need
day.
any advertiser after this interview. This beautiful. You said it beautifully, and then you're showing that they have really been a part of your success story, and then you're really grateful. And I thank God for your life, and I thank God for your story as well. And I hope that other people listening as well will be able to take, whatever you have shared, and also take a step now. Thank you so much, Bukola.
Thank you. Bye.
So we have another testimony from the 10 Analytics family today called Mr. Abednego, guys. I have no idea what he's coming to share. I have not met him prior, and I'm eager to know, just like you are eager to know. Mr. Abednego, introduce yourself briefly, and then I'll ask you a few questions. I just want to know what exactly 10 Analytics basically has done for you, okay, and your life and your success story. So kindly introduce yourself, and
Okay.
then
So my name is Abednego Mayonu. You can simply call me Abed.
okay.
I'm from Ghana, and then
Hey! So you are from Ghana, and then you're currently living in Canada.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So I did bachelor's in management. I did B.Ed management. That is, I studied management and education. So I'm trained to teach actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So right after university in Ghana, I studied in Germany for 2 years, and over
Okay.
there I did international management.
Okay.
And during that program, I had to take an exchange program in France. So once going to France, I was contemplating on which course will make me relevant. As an immigrant, sometimes the course you do, it really matters because there are courses you do that you can't compete with the locals. So I sought to find out what I can do at the exchange program that will make me more competitive. And I did a program that it was financial market and technology.
Okay.
And then, in fact, I didn't know anything. I just felt that the program was good, that can make me competitive. I didn't really know anything. I didn't research that. There was no time for me to even. And one of the programs that was there was Python for finance. In fact, I went through hell because the people that we sat in class with, most of them were from India, France, Morocco, and few from Germany. I was the only African in that class and didn't have any knowledge, though I had other people who didn't have any knowledge. So, and some people also from China. And those of us who didn't have any knowledge in the course, we went through the course just to pass and complete. So right after that, I told myself that I was going to enter into the tech space no matter what. So I was looking for opportunity to upgrade myself. And then I started applying for schools in the US and then in Canada. And I got a master's program in management, but with a data analytics focus. So the program is master's in management. We have two streams, technology and innovation and data analytics. So I choose the data analytics. Obviously, it was the one that international student could pursue. I came in and then started the program. It was good. No doubt about it. So it was combining technology, operational management, and then data analytics aspects. So some of the courses we did was descriptive analysis, multivariate, prescriptive, predictive analytics. But around getting to it was a 1 year program. So it started 2023 August. So getting to somewhere like 2024 in May, I couldn't see myself as someone who can compete in the job market. The fear was still there because I realized that with the academic workload, the tools that we are using, I wasn't confident about using them. In fact, with Power BI, for instance, we started a course trying to use data, introduce us to Excel, use Power Query. I was just confused in the class. And that day, the lecturer gave us an assignment. He just started the Power BI, gave us an assignment to complete a project and use Power BI to make presentation. I didn't know what was called a dashboard. So we were 3 Africans in the class, myself and another 2 Nigerians. One of the Nigerian guys saw Analytics on Instagram and said he was going to join that program because we were all facing the same challenge. So he shared the link with me.
Wow, let me catch you. This is a very interesting story,
Wow. Very interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
We joined the information section and I think it was Efemina and Adesi.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they encouraged us to join. So we joined I think that was our cohort started in July. Our program was still in session. So since in July or so, I forgot last year. And then we started. And from the first day, I just knew that that was what I was actually looking for. The first day class was, I just saw that that was what I was looking for. From the self-paced video, that time I was very busy. My wife was just joining me, and then he has given birth, and we combined it with school activity. We were about graduating, completing our coursework in school with whole tons of projects that we were doing with house, and I was also working, schooling, family, and then all that. Was very, but I knew that it was just the good place to be on the first day, and everything has been awesome from then. Yeah. So after school, the information session on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, how to build your CV or resume, and then how to use ChatGPT to refine your resume to match job description and everything. And then when you get a job invitation for interview preparation session, I think I've done twice. Yeah, interview preparation session, and the recommendation aspect is just something you cannot skip. Maybe we can go into details, but just this is overview of how I transitioned from where I am to now. I just have a job offer that hopefully I'm to start work on Monday.
Wow. Congratulations, sir. Abednego.
Thank you.
Wow. The reason why your story is very unique is that for you, you were actually in a mainstream school, international school, studying something very similar, yet you were struggling to understand.
Yeah.
When there was a physical classroom with other students and a lecturer standing in front of you, you were still struggling to understand.
Though the program gave me an opportunity, I know a lot of things, and it's also helping me actually. But I can't write my story with that.
Yeah. I understand perfectly what you're saying.
I'd like to say something about the disconnect between education and the real world. What happens in the real world? There's always a disconnect most of the time. And we've worked with so many people. All right. What you find is in the academic setting, a lot of the things you learn are theoretical, number one. Number two, most of university professors, the PhDs and so on and so forth, they've not worked in the real industry. So what they know how to do best is advisory. They know all the technicalities, the nuances, and so on and so forth. But getting the job done is a different ballgame entirely. And that's why anybody who comes to Analytics, like Abednego did, you work on projects. You get your hands busy. You have a problem. How do I solve this problem using a tool or a technology like Power BI, Excel, and so on? You're not hearing descriptive, predictive, diagnostic, and all those things. Okay, it's good you understand them in the sense that you're a data analyst. You need to know what it's all about. However, how do I implement this in the real world? So that's where the universities miss it. And for us at Analytics, we know that gap exists. And that's why we have so many of them, even in the UK, they are doing their masters in data science, but they are in our data science program because they can't just know how to implement the things they learn in the real world. So it's a major, major gap. And we breach that gap. We know how to breach that gap with projects and practical case studies.
Wow.
Over here, you may not, I'm not saying you cannot. Difficult to land such roles without practical work experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
They require that a lot, irrespective of the training that you've had and all that. So, but what Analytics gives an opportunity to be able to demonstrate that you can really do the job. I would say that it is something that if anyone is willing to enter into the tech space as an African or an immigrant, let me put it that way. You were mentioning some questions before I asked to excuse myself. But is it because the tutors were
black?
And yeah, I would say that may kind of play a role, but it's the patience with which they will use. In fact, getting into the program, I had some knowledge, so navigating some of the things they were teaching wasn't that much a problem to me. Okay. But sometimes I could get bored that they're wasting too much time on people. Yeah. Myself and my friends, sometimes we could plug in our laptop, and then within the 3 hours class, people will be asking basic questions that sometimes we felt, because we have gone to, we know how to do the quiz using our laptops. It's not really a problem, but you really you realize that some people, they are not really conversant with even keyboard skills. Because some of the questions they may be asking may just be basic keyboard skills, not even tech skills. But I also realize that the facilitators have the time for everybody. Yeah, Amaka will say that I don't want to go and leave anybody behind. You will ask, you will you guys are not asking questions, you will intentionally call even those who usually ask basic questions. If a particular day they are not asking questions, you usually call them. Are you sure you are okay? Are you able to do what we've done? Can you show me your work and all
Wow.
that? And I don't think you can get any. My friends have gotten access to some platform that I've had opportunity to review what they've learned. Yeah, they are good. I wouldn't say they are not good, but this aspect of getting to understand or getting time for yourself, irrespective of the level of your understanding, the level of your IQ or whatever you want to put it, analytics is the place for you because they will have time for you individually and as a group. It's just
Yeah.
possible for you to make it if only you have the time, the willingness to go through this program.
Your final words for somebody who is an immigrant who has traveled abroad and is looking for a well-paying job. What would you say based on your experience? What do you say to your fellow Ghanaian brothers and sisters that are watching us right now?
Yeah, so what I want to say is that you just don't need to do what everybody is doing. The idea is that we are coming from our country to a better place. In fact, I always say that if not for some reasons, I wouldn't have called this place a better place based on what I know. So you don't come and stay here and say that, okay, here people come here, they do 3, 4, 5 jobs. When you have 3, 4, 5 jobs, you cruise from one care job to the other care job and then do this. For us immigrants, we are disadvantaged in terms of the jobs that we can do. No, don't say that. Yeah, know that you can do whatever you want to do. You can become whatever you want to become. You can compete. It may be very difficult. Maybe the advantages that will be given to people who are already here may not be the same as what you have. But with determination and then making the right decisions, you should be able to. Yeah. And then if, for example, you want to enter the tech space as an immigrant, whether you are coming from Africa or any other part of the world, I believe that you can make it with analytics. It is possible we can break through the barriers that we think immigrants are disadvantaged. And then if you also need a platform that can help you get to that point, I would strongly recommend analytics for everyone who is looking for an opportunity to develop new skills, whether you are in the health sector. I always tell people, if you are in the health sector and you enter into tech, health sector, they are hiring healthcare analytics. I'm not sure they'll go and hire me who is from management. If you are in health sector, you have tech skills, they will
have an advantage.
Yeah, because you know this, you are familiar with the industry already.
Talking to me,
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't even know whether you are.
It's okay.
I just use it as an example, actually.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I will strongly recommend analytics to everybody, any day, anytime, whether you are Nigerian, you are a Ghanaian. Yeah, me, I don't care about that. We can do our jollof.
Jollof for
the internet.
Yeah, after that, we have to give us.
Yes, well said, Mr. Abednego. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a trained teacher. So, Mr. Abednego, now that you have left the students in Ghana, who should go and teach them? Now that you are coming to earn Canadian dollars or whatever.
God is our helper.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a trained teacher from Ghana and he's recommending analytics. I don't know what more you want to hear. His story is very unique. The fact that he was actually in a mainstream school and he's also saying that he cannot write a story without mentioning analytics. I don't know what more you want to hear. Mr. Adeza, do you have anything to add to what Abednego has said?
I mean, it's the mindset for me. So there's no doubt. You can see the reason why Abednego is successful. It's the mindset, the determination. I want this and I'm going to get it. Okay, so a lot of people limit themselves based on what everybody else is saying, everybody else is doing. But Abednego said, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I want to land a job that is progressive. How can I do it? I'm not learning enough practically in the university. Okay, can I join a platform where I can gain the skills? He joined, he stuck to his program. He, even with all the things he said, he has a family, his wife just gave birth and everything. He completed the program. When he was applying and not getting results, a lot of people give up at that point. He continued, okay? And today, he's a quality improvement analyst. I did his reference, I think last week or 2 weeks ago or thereabouts, and he's starting his new job with the city of Winnipeg. What more do you want to hear? So congratulations once again, Abednego.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'd inspire a lot of people to also get started.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to have a one-on-one session with Mr. Adeza or any of the team members to know exactly which path to take, to know what steps to take next, guys, I'll leave everything in the description and I'll leave it pinned as well. And that's the first comment you see. Just click on the link and then get access to their WhatsApp platform or book a call with any of the team members. And if you are convinced, and then you want to go on the website and enroll for their next, and when is the next cohort?
The next cohorts would start on the 9th of August.
Okay.
And we have another one in September, but you can always join. Book the session. I remember Abednego, you joined one of the clarity sessions. He asked questions. Myself and Efemena were on the call. We responded to his questions and we knew the problem he faced at that time. And we advised him, don't jump into another program, okay? Continue in the same line because you're already doing something here. Continue on that and you would eventually get the results. And the results are here today, okay?
Yeah. So, guys, the link to the website as well will be in the description, and to any other way that you can use to access analytics, I'm going to leave all the links there. Go on their website, read about them, join their Instagram, and follow up with them. Maybe you are not convinced just yet, maybe you need to know more, just join their WhatsApp community or join their Instagram, do your own research, okay? And I'll leave other testimonies that we have done concerning analytics as well pinned to this video as well, so you can just watch the other videos as well. Probably you see a story that is very similar to your situation, and then that might convince you. Okay, thank you so much. Or if you know somebody who wants to go into tech space, guys, the time is now. Okay, and now that they are increasing the skilled worker salary threshold from 38,700 in the UK to 41,700, I don't know which job paid this amount aside IT. So it looks like in the next few years, IT personnel will be coming today, because even some doctors don't earn 41,000 a year in the UK.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so IT is the way to go, guys, now. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.